hand comes off of his knee. Oh, it didn't? Not at all? Well, some of you guys are like free riding out here. You know, you're like confused and stuff, you know? So he's gonna be like at certain points, depending on where we're at, so he's gonna want to push on my knee and get his knee out and all that kind of different stuff, sucking his leg out. So I'm gonna be wanting to hold on to his knee. So again, watch the placement here. It's gonna be a different entrance every time, folks. But I'm not doing this right now, I know that. I have control of his knee because like, if I hold his ankle, he wants to step on my hip or pull out and do those kinds of escapes, right? But as I'm like this, I have his ankle in my control, but also like his guard. In jiu-jitsu, we want to use the bottoms of our feet on our opponent. So I'm taking away some of his guards right here already. You know, I'm narrowing his situation or his choices down. So I start to pull back, boom, I'm like this. Okay? I get that leg to the inside, and I try and sit up. I can lift. So like instead of having his legs on the ground, or like I'm lifting his legs up in the air, right? So I can lift. When I get to this one, I lift it up, out, under, and then here. I don't go out and struggle to get under, right here. I'm double reap right here, right? I lift up, and I do the over-under thing in the air, and then set it down and seal the deal by trapping my foot in his foot. That make sense?
Yes, sir.
So it's just another thing to do, like to hold this leg up sometimes because he wants to get up and run. So if you're soft with that foot, he's going to get up and run on that leg. So when I reap that leg, it's doing some work here. It's doing some extensions, doing some control. Has my toes curled. This one can add to it many different ways, but I have it so controlled here, I might as well go full knot and set it down. So try and change it like that. Hold the kneecap, lift him up, and do the movement with your feet before you set him down at the end instead of struggling at the end to do it. Ready, set? We're gonna do it with standing here. I'm gonna kind of show you how to enter in and what we would use some of the,
Greg, can you kill that fan for a second?
sure. It's in the back side, it'll spin down. So we entered into Ashi this week for many different positions. Okay, it's not so much about that. It's about how I could use this for my back, okay? Now, we talked about using the bottom of our feet on our opponent when we did Ashi because he can attack me here. He can toe hold me, he can fight grip me, he can, there's all kinds of bad stuff, right? But also, if my skeletal structure turns over, I can start to move his leg, okay? Now, I'll explain a bunch of different moving parts here in a second. And I know it's hard to explain something in motion, but my goal is gonna be to wanna get this guy inside here to get hidden at least, okay? Or it can go inside of his knees. From here, I have my sweeps forward, backwards, and I can roll. We'll get into all that. But if I set him on his back, we're in this position, I can now control his ankle and control his knee and get to that cul-de-sac that I wanna end up in, right? So, this is an advanced movement, not advanced, but like a secondary movement. If I turn and started to attack the heel hook like this, a lot of the times what it does is have back exposure, or allows me to get up. In a fight altercation or MMA altercation, he may run, you have getting attacked here, he's gonna turn and give his back to run out. This allows me to keep going, this allows me to chase and follow his back. It allows me to get him to turn and not be punching and striking. It gets me to turn his hip, and then I can get up and run and chase his back. Classic MMA movement and something you can do to know from your back, right? But if I don't lock him up in any form of a double leg control, and in this case we're doing the knot, but if I don't control his other leg, he's gonna move, turn, sprint, kick off of me with it, strike me with it, depends on where you are at. So when we're here, I want you to think about a couple things, okay? I want to hold his knee and his other side leg as much as I can, but I'm going to open him up. So I kick him open and I start to turn inside so that I have my leg gets caught in the back of my knee. Okay, that's my goal. Before we start shoulder rolling and all that, I'm going to tilt him back, okay, on his butt. I'm going to get my leg to the inside for sure, grab his other leg, do my switch and come up with the position, okay? So if you can do it on your back almost like a reap and try and put that leg in. and it can set him down. All right? With the least amount of movement as I can, really. Okay? I'm here. I can even do this. Look, guys. All right? Put it inside my other knee. If it weren't so much torque on his knee, I'll show you something in a second. If it weren't so much torque on his knee, I could do it slightly different as well too, which is me not so much extending him out like X-guard with this foot and getting the triangle last. For example, what I'm saying is like if I went triangle first, this foot second. That's another option. It just depends on the game, right? He's able to be grabbed right here, knock him back, right? He's going to control his legs, get back into my position, heel hold, toe hold, ankle lock, all that's there. We'll go over that in a second. Does that make sense, guys? Yep. So we haven't quite rolled, he hasn't quite ran or anything, kind of just, in this case, it's going to make him kind of turn his knee and go like this. He may or may not even hit the ground on that one, but then eventually he should sit back on his butt. And then control both legs. One last time. All right, so we're here like the last few weeks. Boom. I can open him up by going to the base of his knee over here. He can even push. I'm like this. He can even assist. All right, going on the inside. Okay, play easy with it. It's your partner's knee. Ready, set. Stubborn in terms of not just falling to his butt on his back. Okay? So I start to open him up and get my reposition, but I can't quite get my foot in. I can't quite get it behind my knee. I can't quite get it inside of the back of his knee. This will work if I'm here or if my opponent drops onto that knee. If he's in this position as well, the same thing works. Can't quite get it inside of here. Can't quite get it inside of my leg. That's Florida for you on the camera.
Florida in August.
So I'm gonna maintain control of the knee. I'm gonna build my base up onto my elbow. Okay, so I'm up like this, and I start inserting my hook into that back of his knee like that. I'm gonna start looking towards his back end and shoulder rolling, and this hand is gonna then search for his free foot that's right there. You guys see it? So I start shoulder rolling and forcing him into the position. I roll right over into the same spot that you guys have been in, and I land in that knot. Okay. But like if I were to do this with my upper belts, I feel like this is how I'm gonna land it. Not the baby way you guys will get it. Works in those steps and those increments, but like some of my guys are let's do it again. I'm gonna have to, because the more awareness that you have in this situation that you're gonna get leg locked, and the more defense that he has, then I'm gonna have to handle it. So I start to go for the position. It's not quite working. Even if he stays up, you stay up again, right? So he's up like this. I'm gonna turn, and I can use my bottom foot in this case because I'm not hooking, right? I'm turning and trying to hook over here on the far side. Oops, sorry, on the far side, all right? And I get my legs underneath and hook. I'll show that one more time. It's hard to freeze it time. I come over here, he stays up, I hold the knee, and I start building my base up, trying to hold my knees to the inside. You see I turned them, and then I'm gonna search for his foot, roll through, okay? And then on the back of the knee, sometimes the back of the knee, not back of the knee, but when he's on his knee, doesn't always come from him being there. It comes from him running away and then being on his foot or me tripping him. I'll kind of show you what I mean. So I'm here like this, and then he's not on his foot here, but like if I'm able to get him in this position or pull, or if I had his leg for any instance and he fell down, or if he landed like this, you see? So sometimes I'm trying to get there, he's running away and he fell down. That's how he'll get there as well too. I post, take my leg to the inside, I'm pulling him all over. So you'll feel sometimes he's gonna be, he's trying to do that, or he's just staying stubborn. You have to tweak him and then try and grab it. Build your base, hold the knee, shoulder roll. Ready, sit. Let's just talk finishing. All right. So we have this position here. I have the heel hook, the toe hold, and the ankle lock. I'll go over all three real quick. Say I have the ankle lock, okay? And I'm still trying to hold it far back on my ankle, my opponent's ankle, not up here. I'm still trying to have it far. Single-handed, I'm gonna literally squeeze my knees together, but my top knee's going towards the ground more. And I'm gonna keep turning backwards and posting and keep looking that way, okay? I'll say this a lot. The goal of leg locks is to both of us look away. Most all heel hook positions and these kinds of, the guy is looking away. You know, when you're an ashi and you're stomping on someone trying to do a foot lock, you're both looking away from each other. Most of the other ones, like arm bars and rear naked chokes, you're looking towards your opponent. But the leg locks, you tend to look away from each other to cause the most pressure, okay? So with the ankle lock, again, I'm here, I make sure it's in the back, not up in the front, and I walk backwards. Now I've ran into me and him are butt to butt right now, so now it's just about walking my arm and opening up and trying to look that way. Okay? Trying to make your hand like you're choking yourself, don't let it float down to your belly. What my favorite is the toe hold. I literally post, or not post yet, but I grab his toes all the way across so that his toes are inside of my palm. Or not outside, they're inside my palm. I'm gonna post on my left elbow, reach around the corner and grab. Now it's connected to my body. So it's not a toe hold like this. This is now connected, it's literally, look, on my cord. So I have it here, I set it down and bring my chest to it as I arm rack, look, and it's connected to my chest. This is just unholy right here, okay? I'm trying to take his toe and butt plug him with it, okay? We're all over 18 here. Disclaimer for you guys, okay? We even got the little fox kitten tails in the back. No. Okay, so toes, and I like to post, like I said, bring my chest to it as I wrap. It's totally connected to me, got the toe. You can heel hook too. When I heel hook, I'll give a little bit of an extension, look. That's mainly with my legs. Okay, so I'm just here. I don't want you to rotate it. This isn't what I'm looking for on Brock. I'm looking for close to me. Gable grip, his heel is on my wristwatch, like this. Not on my forearm, not slipping off the heel like this, on my wristwatch. A little bit of an extension, and I've got it nice and tight. I'm binding this to me, okay? So, ankle, okay. Toe, posting, heel hook, connection, and turn. A little extension. Good to go? Okay, so you guys can play with all the different setups we did today. You just start from your back. You could do regular open guard if you want to go do that one. You can try and hip and toss and turn and set them on their butt, whatever way you want, but then tap them in the end. Ready, set.